is faster, even if you know it's something you want. Unless you're really bad at clipping, which Thalane might just be bad at that clip. It's a pretty special clip. You have to do certain movements to not get soft locked by the guy talking. Also, PRD, pick up the shaking earlier or don't at all. And oh, hey, Bombos was also here. Nice. PID, you got the powder. Please learn the bad clip. Unique item in Mimic Cave. Hey, nice. You even right now without flipper, so that bad clip isn't even hard. You can clip through the entire way and then clip one pixel out. Oh right, no magic. Should have gone to Castle then, I guess, or something. But yeah, I would have definitely done that bad clip without magic. But yeah, PRD will have magic after. Well, if he wants to pick up some pots, he will have magic after Desert, and he might be able to go back up, which wouldn't be a too bad play. And looks like we didn't have too much in. Okay, PRD grabbed some magic. That's good. Looks like we didn't have too much in here, and Thalane is slipping out of here, which isn't really. I don't really understand why. Thalane, please. And Thalane grabs those 50 rupees there. Gets them all the way to the Romani. He thought about it for a moment. You can hope to find the money to you can hope to find the money over the next few shacks before being at Zora. It's not that special. Please look at the Triforces on screen to find out who won yesterday's race, because those are actually accurate. And hey, we do find the flute, which has no logical applications, but might be nice to activate right now. Especially considering we didn't do much yet. We can, with the flute, do a lot of things. That music change was slightly late, I'm sorry. But we indeed see PRD on coming back for the Bat Cave, as well as activating the flute. Activating the flute is pretty unusual for Overworld Glitches Seed, but we did find the flute extremely early on, and with so many checks left in the light world, it's definitely saving time. Also, hey, Ice Rod. And we do see PRD doing some weird rapping stuff, and that's totally in logic. That is pretty much one of the few transition-like glitches that are in logic, just because it's one of the extremely easy ones, and you can't hardlock on it. Wow, that cave was pretty interestingly positioned, I guess. Like, that feels like a cave that could have been filled by the devs. Like, the devs filled a lot of their caves just like that with a lot of rupees and then a heart piece. And we do find some bombs there. And we do see Thalane setting up the waterwalk. Thalane, you don't need to be so precise about the waterwalk. You have about 5 pixels, so just holding down right or down left out of the door and going for it, you get it 90% of the time. Or you fail it by falling down. Ice Rod was at Dam. And we do see PRD right now saving the old man, and Thalane finding a glove with a glitch that is actually not in logic. Meanwhile, PRD gets the Cane of the Maria, also out of logic. And we do see PRD jumping down the hill for for Tower of Hera, which is obviously below the mountain at the top. Ether is on the boss. Okay, nice. So we already got the info on the last medallion, and yeah, we don't necessarily need any medallions to seed unless there is something in Maya. I missed where the silver arrows are, but I guess was probably the Zora Ledge item, and it takes a moment to get there, so he probably just wanted seed. Do we need a repeat of yesterday? So yeah, so we do have a one item similar to yesterday, just this time it's at least not as annoying. By the way, did anyone catch if we got boost of the items in Hera so far? You can actually buy the Zora item. You just don't have to not pick it up. Which is relatively easy doable to get boosts at the same time. It's mostly just a time investment that he didn't want it to do at this time. He can come back for it later if he wants. And there's Thalane's Moon Pearl. And looks like we do have an item in the basement. Only the Moon Pearl was found. And PRD now doing this spin speed clip here to get to the graveyard ledge. This is one of the clips that is pretty precise, but once you get it, once you know why it's so precise, it's pretty easy to get it done. And Modom takes the one victim today. Also, PRD, if you're already starting at the top, at the bottom of the mountain, just go for doing the spin speed clip across the bottom, because with that you don't waste too much time. You in the end go for the same, almost the same, just a different order. And Thalane takes a death. So, I think the best play at that point for Thalane would have been like using the spin to get knocked away from Moldom, but at the same time, if you're in that situation, you won't have any clear idea. Hey, what's the best thing I can get hit? What? Oh, that. Also, useful hint about the springboard that is not in the game. And we do have our first bottle filled with B. And gonna be interesting to see what ticket will end up having. And we do have also our second shield already. And the blue mail and the mirror. Ooh. Why is Pearl not marked? So yeah, with that mirror, we do have a few things extra available, but of course we already had some Moon Pass, so Dark Void access is already granted. And there's the Ice Rod for PRD. With that mirror block erase, he's able to get it a bit quicker. Also, you did saw PRD bonk there in the room after he did the mirror block erase. That bonk was a bit weird because if you did the mirror block erase, the game has some value set, and afterwards you just bonk upwards. So you could technically bonk to the left and still get knocked upwards afterwards. And PRD not wanting to take Modem seriously and just burns them down. So yeah, I'm kind of right now a bit surprised that Thalane didn't Pyramid Fairy clip at the same time as he did Graveyard Ledge and afterwards gone for a Hulan play in order to check out what's on the Pyramid Fairy together with Graveyard Ledge, but it's fine. He has a flute and it's activated, so it's not going to be needed to be a Hulan. You can just flute. But we do get a back of escape play and we get the hammer, which is a really nice item, does a lot of damage, and unlocks some more locations that you do not want to have too much out of your way. That hammer also had some major role yesterday, so I'm sure Boos are happy to have it found yet. And Thalane takes that hammer and goes straight back at Mulder. He knows that with that hammer, Mulder gonna be a lot easier just because it only takes 3 hits. And in the meantime, Piatti on this mountain doesn't have a hammer, doesn't have the glove, but the first chest in Hookshot Cave is still in logic, so I'm sure he's just gonna do the Hookshot clip, and I'm not sure how good he's at hovering. I think he can do it. So he will probably go ahead and try to get the rest of the items in Hookshot Cave. It's fine. We are really easily getting into back into Tower of Hero if we ever find fire. So it's not that big of a problem in our glitches. But we do see PRD now in Turtle Rock. He did want to check Mimic Cave, but doesn't have the hammer yet, which Thalane will have, and Thalane will be able to find his unique item in there. We will be able to find out if the single arrow is actually in there. But first, Thalane goes for a Death Mountain Descent. With knowledge that there is a unique item in Mimic Cave, I probably would have personally chosen to go for the Mimic Cave play first, like PRD wanted. But of course, Thalane would have been able to actually do it. The hammer was in the back of escape, and the glove for it was at Waterfall Ferry. Second blue potion, a second bottle in Skill Woods, which is nice, and thanks, Thalane. We did had Pendant in Skill Woods and Pendant at Turtle Rock. And I think 5-6 were Palace of Darkness and Ice Palace. I'm also sorry if there's anything missing on PRD now. I kinda looked at the lane. I see the checks. Yeah, it's the lane now in the trying to find out if there's another item in the front of the woods or if he will have to come back for the back later on. And he will have to come back for the back later on. Meanwhile, PRD is preparing either the mirror fairy thing. Yes, he's doing mirror fairy thing. And as you just saw on his map, he is on the pyramid right now. And the portal that he placed there is lining up perfectly with the entrance for the pyramid fairy. And if he goes into that, he will be able to actually enter without having to go for it. Also, PRD, interesting, again with his interesting setup. Please learn. There is an easier setup for this, but if you miss that easier setup, it's also a lot more costly. This setup that he has is allowing him to just position himself in the right position. So we are starting to see again the divergence, and it's gonna be wondering how long it will take PRD to actually get his hammer. He already has some experience with that from last seed, which I'm sure he doesn't want to necessarily repeat. Also, PRD, if you are going to already go here for the mirroring, just skip the checking first and just go for this. It's just slightly faster and you check it anyway. And we do have our first Uncle check, just 28 minutes. Uncle, he had some rupees left over, we took them. This body can stay there, I hope. We only needed the money. And we did hit a hint that I think it was cash in the specialist chest, so nothing in purple chest. Also, we do right now have sub 30 minutes check into escape having the fire rod. Oh. And we see PRD doing a strat from entrance randomizer. He steals the key from the front and then goes into, uses it to check the back. He will have to go through this maze blind, which he probably knows at least mostly how to get through, but he will take some time compared to if he would have lamp. For him, this is right now a sequence break. He doesn't know that the first glove is available with the moon pearl. Also, he got the item in the dark really easy. With the boots, there's a free setup. You just need to find the wall below the chest, and then can just dash to the side, bonk off a torch, and are perfectly lined up with the chest. And of course, having the fire rod, he's able to just use that to get the to see the key red, which is a nice strat. And here he goes, gonna find his key and the hammer, which is going to be big for him. He right now feels like he did a big sequence break. Of course, it's not as big, but it's definitely a big play from him to do that one instead of having to wait for the first laugh. And an important item from Blind being the red boomerang. The first laugh was at Waterfall Ferry, which now that we have the moon pearl is in logic. PRD now going further to the front of the escape. Okay, oh, he counted the map, the chests, and realized that Zelda is just gonna have some map in there, so that's good. And PRD now gonna check out the, I guess. Oh, he's going for hammer packs. Oh my god, I love this. Meanwhile, Thalane gonna check out Secret. Secret having today a shovel. So yeah, PRD was able to clip through the mount and get back on land by transitioning with a certain speed, which put him a bit into the wall, and having then his input speed in a certain way, he was able to clip into the wall and use a jump trigger there. And PRD not being able to come out of here without the Titan Smith, will have to check out we'll have to go back to this mountain and come from here, and he is coming, is resetting his camera, so I think he is looking at Mimic Cave right now. Yes, he is looking at Mimic Cave. And he's probably also going to finish up Turtle Rock. Maybe. He can. And we have bombers for Maya. We already have that medallion, so nice. So let's see what the unique item at Mimic Cave is today. Also, let's see where the shovel leads today. Okay, flippers. Yeah, flippers is kinda a crystal, the seed. And now I missed what was on Mimic Cave. But we do see a high cave check from Thalane and nothing. So pretty usual, nothing special. And PRD now gonna go ahead and check out the Turtle Rock portal, so we will see what's on Turtle Rock Medallion. It's bombers as well, so no one cares about the ether on the boss. And yeah, PRD doesn't have the has the needed gloves to get into help to cave the front face, so he does the slip in order to get in from the top. And with that, he's able to, of course, skip the glove, and this is completely fine in logic. Oh, it was the orc shot. Another item needed for Swamp Palace. Bow! Lamp! What? The first glove was in Waterfall Ferry. PRD now gonna check out what's on Catfish, which sadly won't allow him to check the Waterfall Ferry item. Meanwhile, Thalane is now finally in the castle. We'll find their fire rod in just a moment. Also, we do have bow, hammer, and mirror, so time for Wu's Palace of Darkness and Eastern Clear in quick succession for PRD. Of course, he's not in go mode yet, he still needs the glove and the flippers. So, what is the seed? He can check Waterfall Ferry Zora because he doesn't have flippers. So he could have checked Zora, but he would have been able to have to go out afterwards and go back for Palace of Darkness. And Thalane now gonna find out that there is just a map in this next chest. There is a way to get into Waterfall Ferry without Fake Slipper, but you wouldn't be able to get out. So not really a thing that you want to do if you want to continue checks afterwards. And Quake is in blind sight of Seed. That comes about 30 minutes late. And we see PRD being able to finish the mimics without any special glitches. Also, by the way, chat, what I just realized, everything is, we just need one player to collect the rest. And it looks like Thalane might be on their way to Mimic Cave in just a moment, which would give them the chance to collect all the rest right here, pretty much. Alright, we need another third, right. Also, hey, we got the mirror shield already. So, We are a sword away from no mode, and Thalane just gonna go ahead and open up the front of Touch Rock, which is a fair play. Gets you a quick access to a hentai, which might tell you something that you still want. And afterwards, you can check out the front of Touch Rock, which it doesn't take too long, and it's a few checks, which and of course, bombs and compass firelocked in Maya, so no need to check that. Okay, and that big key gonna give Thalane another stack that he can do when he is going for Mimic Cave. Thalane remembering he doesn't have the hook shot before he goes for 5 loops around the room trying to get it. And of course, without the hook shot, can't go for the pretty safe strat of using the invincibility frames of the hookshot. And looks like he's actually going ahead and trying to clear it out from the front. I personally would have probably decided to at least check out the chain jumps from the back or from the big chest entrance. It's not necessarily faster to go out, but you do save a key on that, and if you do get some info, you'd be able to possibly route it different. Of course, this is a pendant. But yeah, the main thing it would be faster for is if you would actually want to continue afterwards in the dungeon, and looks like Thalane doesn't necessarily want to do that, and Thalane died in Touch Rock, and he wasn't fake Darkwood. He could have saved that by quickly mirroring before transitioning the screen. And Thalane now gonna grab or at least try to grab the rest here. Upwards is the top right chest is the most important one. And it looks like he's gonna decide to not go ahead and try to do it more. Which is a completely fair idea. It's not easy to hover, and if you don't feel completely confident, giving it one try just to show, hey, how good am I today, is a good play, and afterwards just saying, okay, this is enough, is completely the best play that you can do. And Thalane, of course, with the mirror and the hint, knowing that there's a unique item in Mimic Cave, he will be able to get his hookshot in just a moment. Also, we did find the book on Hammersaw, which might be interesting because it might lead PID to check, hey, I can finish a few fetch quests. Maybe check out the pedestal and things. He might go for Sacred while he's on the way there and finish up Skywoods. Of course, Skullwoods is a pendant, so it wouldn't be that needed. And Thalane, right now on his way through Turtle Rock, which, unless there are literally 3 swords on Laser Bridge, is not needed. And let's see how many swords are here. There are 20 rupees. There's a key, so not 3 swords on Laser Bridge, might still be one on Trinex. Map, okay, no 3 swords on Laser Bridge. Yep. And okay, Thalane knows that that he can clip out of here. Let's see if he goes for a mirror clip. Yep, he's going to for a mirror clip so he can preserve his Darkwood state. He could have otherwise gone ahead and checked, of course, back at the Turtle Rock entrance. But this way he can use the screen wrap down to back of Hookshot Cave to get faster up the mountain, enter the entrance, and then go back out to go the front entrance to skip having the bomb explode. And once he's in here, Thalane will be in sword mode. He will only need swords after this. Whoop, bow. And lantern. So even if Thalane might have problems with some bosses or dark rooms, which I know he will not have. Hey, we got that nice little lamp. Also a clear of Eastern Palace for PRD. And looks like PRD might look into Ganon's Tower right now. Or not. And Thalane, knowing he's pretty much almost in go mode and knowing that the several arrows are here on the Zora ledge, decides to come for them, and we'll find out if they are gettable. We'll be able to get them. PRD in the meantime did check out what's on the Ether tablet, which is just Couch Sketch. And now PRD goes into GT, which might be a good play if he finds a few swords in here, but is not necessarily needed. And of course, Thalane in the meantime is already pretty much in go mode. He will just hope that he finds another sword somewhere. Okay. And looks like Thalane, a tip for you once you rewatch this, check out the Speed Clips channel and check the bomb clips at the top of it. They are there's one that you can use to get into Desert Palace. So, and if you need some higher quality, just ask. Just might be interesting for you for next time when you are in that situation. So yeah, we see PRD now going through Ganondorf, finding the Master Sword, so that's at least a damage up for him for the rest of the game that Thalane won't have for a major part of the dungeons. But he has silver, so every enemy that dies gets hit by arrows is nothing for him, as long as he has ammunition for that. And looks like Thalane also found a Master Sword on armor, so Thalane, go mode. That's it. Thalane is in go mode, nothing left. So, also, French vanilla mail. PRD right now, he needs to make quick. There is nothing that he can waste time on. He still needs to go to a Sacred, get the shovel, get the item from south of the grove, get the item from the waterfall ferry, and that's gonna be shovel into flippers and waterfall ferry having the gloves. There might be another glove somewhere around, which would be a bit better for him, but we only need one glove, and if he finds that glove, he will be able to finish the one dungeon that needs a glove, being Ice Palace. So yeah, after that pretty horrible seed yesterday, we got a few little fetch quest chain, but otherwise nothing really trolly in the seed. We even got a hint for the hook shot being in Mimic Cave, which was a pretty nice hint. I mean, PRD of course doing a lot of checks that Thalane won't do. Well, yeah, PRD will now fight Ice Armors. No silver, so we'll have to come clear with that. And decides to just not go for the quick kill, which is, to be honest, a good idea if you have one of the armors still completely without any hits. Skipping the quick kill is completely fine. And looks like PRD might now be on his way to some more Darkwood exploration. He did not reset his camera, so he will go for the Swamp Super Drop, which is going to be an amazing drop. He slips out of that ledge while he's in the screen grab form, jumps down the mountain, and just gonna fall an entire long way down to the bottom of the map, and hey, we are at Swamp. Nice. He will, PRD will now be able to check this hint. There's pretty much no hints that could tell PRD what he needs to know for the to finish the seed in a quick way. He just needs to do the right call. And the call he's making right now is not leading him to the right place. So yeah, at this point, I would definitely say that thalane has a big advantage in this race. Much like PRD did have a big advantage in the last race, this time thalane has a big advantage, and unless there are any big problems on thalane's side, and some godlike routing on PRD's side, they will be going into a game 3. But of course, only because it's some low odds, it's not meaning that it couldn't happen. PRD still might be able to get the seed, and being able to figure out how to get through the seed is not an impossible task. As long as he goes to Thicket and afterwards says, okay, let me finish up my fetch quests, he would be able to get through. Also, nice dash through the sparks there by PRD, which that dash is extremely hard to pull off. You have to move up for 1 frame and then start the dash. And I think you also need to frame rule them, which makes it kinda RNG. PRD, please, just learn the... Oh, he wanted to preserve the dark photo. I see. I'm dumb. But that powder placement will mean that once he's done with Desert Palace, he will mirror bonk before he's able to get out. Oh, he did hit side frames. Okay, that wasn't visible for me because only 30 FPS. I don't know if he streams at 30 FPS, but I don't see him blinking most of the, like half the time because of 30 FPS stream. And of course, thalane right now on his way to Amos Knights, which is going to be his fifth cruise. He already beat Palace of Darkness right before this. Afterwards, he will only have to do Swamp and Ice Palace, which is nice. If you know the All Dungeons route, that's pretty much what All Dungeons does. But of course, All Dungeons technically goes for the mirror rep, but in that case, you are A, practice, and B, you are fine with kinda fine with having to reset afterwards. And there it is, the fifth crystal for thalane. And PRD now gonna shake out the Bombos tablet, which, unless this is a glove, is not going to pay out for him. And we do hear Thalane literally spamming his mirror in order to get through that mirror block, through that push block with the mirror erase. And now PRD is digging this. I don't know how many digs it was, but it was a lot of dig, and it only was rupees at the end. So this is not something you do want to have as a reward for this, but at the same time you have to check it. And yeah. Meanwhile, Thalane now in Swamp Palace. He will probably check the waterfall chests in here, just because they are really quick, and he is still searching for another sword. Of course, he's not mainly looking for another sword. He is in go mode already. But finding Tempered Sword is going to cut down a lot on Ganon. We know one of the swords is in right side GT, and I would probably assume that Thalane won't find that. And PRD now actually going to check Secret, which is good for him. He will find his shovel, which will lead him eventually to the flippers. Also, we do find our last fetch quest being the mushroom in Swamp Palace. Thalane only having the Master Sword, deciding to try to go for double hook and then getting a spin for a 2-in, which is hard to pull off and kinda sometimes annoying because the R guy, the small little Argos, paths decide to be not fun, but now tries to go for a quick kill, and he misses it because he did stand too far up. You can do the quick kill with Master Sword, you can do this quick kill with Fighter Sword, and you can even do this quick kill without any swords. It's just extremely precise once you go beyond the only 2 fire rods and a spin. And Thalane decides to save and quit before going for Ice Palace. Did we mismark the... Oh, okay, he just takes the flute, okay. I was just wondering if Toys Rock is the crystal instead of Ice Palace because he was going for the mountain. But yeah, he's going back for here, takes a portal. He did save there in order to make sure that if he hardlocks on the upcoming trick, he is fine and can just continue on. Going for the rod kill is actually fine. The silver thing is kinda hard to do, so going for it is pretty good. Also, why did I never thought about using that ledge there to set myself up for the screen transition? That's just intelligent. We are now seeing Thalane in Go mode in Ice Palace. So after this dungeon, you will only have to clear out the Ben's Tower, finds a big key. I don't know. I don't remember where it was, but it wasn't too far in. And we'll then be able to take on the pig. Also, Thalane showing us some NMG threats, because we are in Go mode, and Go mode means NMG Ice Palace. Completely with bomb jump, everything. Of course, not having Tempered Sword means that he cannot do the penguin lineup in the good way, and uses the hammer there to boost through the a room with the enemy or the ice on the floor. Meanwhile, PRD on blind stays so far perfectly on script. And excellent blind find from PRD. Gets this red boomerang, and meanwhile Thalane did find another bottle in Ice Palace in the freezer chest, which he decided to check just in case it has another sword. Similar to the waterfall chest, it's not that slow, and if you can do it, it's fast. And one little thing that Thalane is low percent strats. In low percent strats, you usually want to keep your health throughout the dungeon on full health, and then use some damage manipulation with sword beams and fire rod to use only half the amount of magic usually needed and have some fire rod left for the boss itself. And Caddy now in Overworld will find his second bottle. And we have all 7 dungeons done. Ganon's Tower left for Thalane. We already saw the big key in here on PRD's side, so no guessing game from you, even though Ganon's Tower is our last dungeon for Thalane. Meanwhile, PRD does go into Skull Woods knowing there is an item still in here, which is completely understandable from his point of view. it's just not the right thing to do for the seed. And we are now at 1 hour 11 minutes and about 9 seconds entering GT, so we will be able to find out what's inside all the chests for Thalane, and looks like Thalane actually will find his temper slot. He's going for right side, which had the slot in Ganon's tower. And hey, there sees a medallion from a boss, which is not needed, but it's in Skillbots. Getting a bit annoyed here by the mummies and get through it finally. Meanwhile, PRD did check out what's on. We did check PRD on the pedestal. It's just couch cash. And yes, PRD still has not found the flippers, which are at the next spot. He did found the shovel from Secret. He just hasn't done the required fetch quest chain. Yeah, no glove yet, but he will find the glove in just a moment, which is on the Waterfall Ferry, which he's on his way to. He might also find the silver arrows, which is definitely doable. And here is coming the first glove for PRD. And yes, it's definitely possible to have a hammer not required seed. You just need Palace of Darkness, Swamp Palace, and Ice Palace as pendants, and nothing on Gen's Tower left side. And for logically, you would also need a lot of keys early on in Gen's Tower, but that's kind of just logic, and screw logic. And come on, PRD, go for shovel. Yes, okay, PRD will be in go mode in just a few seconds, so he at least knows that what he should have checked when Thalane finishes in about 5 minutes or so. And there are flippers for PRD, go mode. And well done that Landmode 2 fight. PRD now, I think he feels extremely behind, so I am sure he will go for all the time saves that he can, and probably will even go for the mirror wrap without save quit. It just won't be enough. Thalane, meanwhile, might feel pretty ahead. With with all the placement of items, it's reasonable to think that you actually got quite lucky in this seed. Of course, your opponent could be just as lucky, but that's not necessarily, of course, a thing that might happen. Here we do see Thalane pick up that magic jar, which just gonna have him out for the Ganon fight. And Thalane not going for a hover. He feels ahead. He doesn't feel. Oh, nice. Okay, he doesn't feel like he needs to go ahead and save every frame possible to get through the seed. Okay, that gold sword actually won't save any time compared to being just good with tempered. It's going for extremely well done Ganon with tempered sword is the same time as going for actually any Ganon with a gold sword. And we do see Thalane now out of the dungeon. Entering the Ganon fight with only 4 hearts. I believe they have potions, but only a green, I think? A green potion and 2 bees? And here we are at Ganon, getting all the required attacks in, just 6 hits each in the first 2 phases. And nice, got the hook shot and was paused in the middle of it, and PRD now finished up Swap Palace. Is he saving? No, he's not saving. He is going for it. He tries to save time, and he knows he's behind. He just doesn't know how much. Meanwhile, Thalane gets a pretty good spawn for a triple. Doesn't get it. And one more fire watch, one more survival, and that should be it. Thalane, why? You have silvers, don't need to go for the silverless, and there he goes! As long as Thalane is able to cross the bridge without falling down, he will be in go mode. Meanwhile, PRD gets the mirror pretty quick and is able to enter Ice Palace before Thalane is over the bridge, and GG's to Thalane! And PRD, that's not allowed, the clip, please. So yeah, hey, Thalane, GG's.
Hey, GG's, man.
So yeah, we see PRD now trying to get the bomb clip in Ice Palace.
Oh, alright. Oh man.
Yeah.
These were 2 interesting races, I have to say.
Yeah, today the main difference was you checking Thicket, or rather you checking the Darkwood counterclockwise. PRD put off the Darkwood checks the main Darkwood checks and then did them clockwise. So he kind of routed in a way where the shovel kind of alerted him a bit, and then it didn't work out too much.
Yeah, I mean, I think really the only item that could have like super thrown you off was that fire rod and escape. If you didn't do that I mean, there was always so much available, so I can see not going there. I don't know if prdwong like got that at a convenient spot or something.
Let's say PRD got it like 10 minutes before you.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. He kind of did it together with Haruka, together with the Pyramid Fairy and everything.
Yeah, in retrospect, when I was in front of the pyramid, I thought, oh man, I should not have like walked up here. I should have just like save and quit after Hobo and then did Pyramid Fairy into all that. But I guess it worked out this time, so I got lucky, I guess.
Yeah, that's usually the plan to do this. Also, talking lucky, of course, it didn't save that much time, but it made the Cannon fight easier. Kurzword in the last chest you checked.
Yeah, that was. I was really worried when I had every item, and I was like, "Oh, fighter sour, that's great. Okay, what do I do? Like, I don't want to open too many chests in pod. I don't want to full clear Eastern or something, you know. So let's just do that one dungeon that has like only one item left, and it's on the boss. So I went to Desert, I got my master. So I was like, oh man, that's convenient. And then like the other swords were just on the way. I randomly checked that last chest, hoping to get a heart refill. But then it was gold, so I was like, oh well, I take that as well. So that was pretty nice.
Yeah, but of course, talking about items on the bosses, we also hint of that Ether on the boss. PRD actually did found that.
Oh, what was it?
It was on Morsula.
Ah, alright.
So yeah, his routing kind of led him that way.
Yeah, I felt kind of silly because I mean we got that hint that a unique item is in Mimic Cave relatively early, right? And I kind of forgot about it when I went into Dark Worlds. That's kind of the main reason I did that like counterclockwise loop first, and then I like halfway around the world I was like, oh man, right, there was that hint. Like when I was in Thieves Town and I saw the hint tile. So yeah, and then like Ganon's Tower was always in the back of my mind, so I thought, okay, I get that unique item no matter what it is. I'm gonna go do GT after that. But then it was Hookshot, and then obviously you do Hookshot Cave, right? Because it's right there. And then I got the bow. I was like, okay, well, not doing GT now, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. PRD did got all those a bit before you checked the shovel, and yeah, you just ended up checking the Mimic Cave a bit earlier than, well, quite a bit earlier than PRD checking the dig spot and everything. And talking about PRD is here right now. He tried to show off some glitches in Ice Palace, getting to codes there in an interesting way, but he drank his potion, so he's just with us now. GG's.
GG's.
Yo, GG's, man.
Yeah, I was hoping that the glove would be a little bit deeper. But once I checked Zora, I was like, oh, that's pretty bad for me.
Yeah, kinda. Thalane had that pretty early, very early. But yeah, that pretty much the main thing that took you in the seed zoo was that shovel on Secret leading to the flippers. There could have been anywhere on the seed. There could have been like one in first chest of swamping. It could have been right on the way, but that shovel leading to flippers took you a lot of time compared to Thalane.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely feel it. I was hoping to find flippers first because then that would knock out a lot of locations where glove could be. But I decided to route in Sikid along with Village of Outcasts.
And, Thalane kinda did the same, just in the other direction, so worked out for him.
Yeah, but honestly, like midway, I thought, or when I was in Go mode, I thought, okay, even if I lose this is still a good race, like way better than what we got presented yesterday, in my opinion. Like, I mean, to be fair, I messed up quite a lot yesterday. Also, kind of routing-wise, I was really, like, let's say, somewhere else with my head, right? And yeah, and then it was what. Hammer in Swamp, Vanilla Bow, and that Fire Rod on Pedestal. Like that's as trolly as it gets, I guess.
Yeah, Firewall today was a bit trolly, but at the same time, kinda a reasonable play to check the Pyramid Ferry and to Castle once you get the mirror. So not too bad.
Yeah, I think a good strat for this mode is just be thorough, don't skip anything, and
yeah.
I mean, even if you have to backtrack like 30 seconds, it's still better than, you know, missing that one item that's randomly in that one place. I don't know, I just feel like this is even more important in this mode than in the other ones.
By the way, PRD, you did check something in Hyrule Castle. You didn't have the glove for quite some time, so you did kind of sequence break that hammer with stealing that key. That was a really nice play.
Yeah, I was hoping I was really ahead at that point. That's why I said I felt really good. The longer I didn't find any glove, like I went through all of Dark World and still no glove, I was like, okay, the sequence break might really help me. So I was hoping like glove was, I don't know, like
Swamp
in
Palace,
Mire or something.
Mire, Turtle Rock, something dumb.
Yeah, because then I was like, okay, then maybe thalane would have to go back through all these hammer checks, and then that could put me way ahead.
Yeah. Thalane kind of did hit the hammer about 5 minutes before you, so we kind of knew it at that point, but at the same time, still was a really nice play from you. So, well, I really enjoyed that play. But yeah. Anything else to say about the seed? Other than dumb shovel?
No, not really. Like, at least not from my point of view.
Yeah, you kind of just ignored the hints and suddenly remembered, hey, there are hints in this game. And then came back to actually do what the hint says. Yeah, worked out for you really well today.
Yeah, I felt kind of silly doing like most of T-Rock though, but I felt like I had to do it because if there was Bow in there, I'm not sure when I would have gone back. I don't know.
Yeah,
I feel like it was an okay play.
Yeah, to be honest, the only difference that would have probably been okay to make would have been just checking the front two chests in Turtle Rocks and mirroring out, checking what's on in Mimic Cave. Just maybe it's something nice in there, and you don't want to go the rest of Turtle Rock afterwards. But and then can check out the rest of Turtle Rock from the center entrance. But that's like the only thing.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I feel like it was still okay.
Yeah, it was okay either way, and
yeah, it's like always, like no matter what choice you do, it's gonna be the wrong one, right? So it doesn't really matter, I guess.
It's either the wrong one or it's the right one that's slow, or it's the right one that's the same time as the optimal one because you didn't have the spoiler lock. So how can you know?
But yeah, we're getting a game 3. Kinda, to be super honest, kinda not what I wanted, because I'm yeah, not very into Link to the Past lately. So let's see how that goes. I'm still gonna play my best though, because I wouldn't sign up for a tournament and then, you know, like either drop halfway or something. That's just not cool. So I'm gonna give it my best and see how it goes tomorrow.
So yeah, PID, you heard you need to kick out Thalane so that he can rest from A Link to the Past.
No, I'm in the same position. I
Oh,
wanted him to
no.
kick me out in 2 games so that I wouldn't have to continue on.
So
That sounds nice. All
one
right.
of you, one of you has to take it. But yeah, so I guess the winner of the next game is the loser or something. But
Yeah, I mean, I think we're both winners, no matter what happens, right?
yeah.
I'm gonna look at it that way. So I'm not mad if I lose, and I'm also not mad if I win.
And yeah, I think we can start wrapping this one up here. And looking at the SpeedGaming schedule right now, there isn't much going on right now, but at 5:30 p.m. we will have Super Mario Bros. Warbless tournament race on SpeedGaming 1. And then later on at 7 p.m. we will have Star Wars Episode Run Racer on SpeedGaming 2, and then like every channel has something else. So check the SpeedGaming schedule and also check out the Tyrannas, prdwong, thalane, who's doing some extremely well done the seed, and PRD just having some bad luck with the shakes on the way he routed this one. Thalane having some good luck with forgetting that hint was written on the hint, so nice. And GG's to you, and hope to see a good race on the last one. And yeah, bye bye everyone, and see you again next time.